Hi, Reddit. I need to get this off my chest, and I don't know where else to turn. I'm a 45-year-old woman, married to my husband, Matt, who is 40. We've been together for over 15 years, and I thought I knew everything about him. But recently, something happened that has shaken me to my core. It started a couple of weeks ago. We were on a date night, something we hadn't done in a while. Matt suggested a cozy little Italian restaurant downtown. He seemed excited to take me there, which I found sweet. But what should have been a lovely evening turned into a nightmare that I can't wake up from. The restaurant was charming, dim lighting, soft music, and a warm, rustic ambiance. As we sat down, Matt seemed a bit restless, checking his phone more than usual. I tried to brush it off, thinking he was just tired from work. After dinner, I decided to make small talk with our waitress, a young woman named Lisa. She was friendly and chatty, and I mentioned that it was my first time at the restaurant. That's when things got weird. Lisa smiled and said, "Oh, I thought you were a regular here." I laughed and shook my head. "No, first time," I replied. Lisa's expression shifted. She glanced at Matt, then back at me. "Wait, you're his wife?" she asked, her voice uncertain. "Yes. Why?" I said, confused. Lisa's eyes widened, and she looked at Matt, who had gone pale. "Oh, no reason. She trailed off, clearly uncomfortable. Then she muttered, "Your wife doesn't usually look like this." My heart sank. What did that mean? Did she mistake me for someone else? Or had Matt been here with another woman? The drive home was tense. I confronted Matt about it. "What the hell was that, Matt? Why did Lisa think I wasn't your wife?" He sighed, his hands gripping the steering wheel tightly. "She's just confused. I've been here for business lunches, that's all. Maybe she saw me with clients." "Clients? Really? And she thought one of them was your wife?" He glanced at me, his jaw clenched. "If I was cheating on you, do you think I'd be stupid enough to take you to the same restaurant?" I wanted to believe him. I really did, but something didn't add up. Our marriage hadn't been perfect. Over the past year, we'd grown distant. We hadn't been intimate in months. At first, I thought it was just the stress of work and life getting in the way. But now, I wasn't so sure. I decided to do some digging. I started by checking Matt's phone, something I'd never done before. His messages were clean, almost too clean. No suspicious texts or calls, but one thing stood out, a recurring number that he called almost daily. It wasn't saved under a name, just a number. I wrote down the number and decided to call it from a different phone. A woman answered. "Hello?" she said, her voice soft and familiar. "Hi, I'm calling on behalf of Matt," I said, my heart pounding in my chest. There was a pause, then, "Oh, is everything okay?" "Yes, I'm trying to figure out who you are." She hesitated. I'm a friend. We've known each other for a while." A friend? Matt had never mentioned her. "How do you know him?" I pressed. "Look, I don't want to get in the middle of anything," she said before hanging up. A few days later, I found something else. Matt's journal. He'd always been a private person, but curiosity got the better of me. Flipping through the pages, I found entries that broke my heart. July 15th. I feel so guilty. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. August 3rd. She doesn't deserve this. I need to end it. The entries were vague, but it was clear he was hiding something, and the guilt was eating him alive. I couldn't hold it in any longer. That night, I confronted Matt. "I know you're hiding something. Who is she?" I demanded. Matt looked at me, his eyes filled with regret. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it? Tell me the truth." He sighed and sat down. "There's no affair. I've been meeting with a therapist." "A therapist?" I blinked, confused. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I was ashamed. I've been struggling with depression, and I didn't want you to know." I felt like a failure. The weight of his words hit me like a ton of bricks. All this time, I'd assumed the worst, but he was battling his own demons. Matt showed me his therapy notes and explained everything. The mysterious number was his therapist's office. The journal entries were about his struggle with self-worth and his fear of losing me. "I should have told you," he said, tears in his eyes. "I thought I could handle it on my own, but I can't. I need you." We sat together, holding hands, both of us crying. It wasn't an easy fix, but it was a start. It's been a few months since that night. We're in couples therapy now, working through our issues together. The distance that once threatened to tear us apart is slowly closing. Looking back, I realize how easy it is to jump to conclusions when you're scared. But sometimes the truth is more complicated than it seems. To anyone reading this, trust your instincts, but also trust your partner. Communication is key, and never be afraid to seek help when you need it.